Good afternoon. I'm Alek. This is Alex Lozano. This is Kyle Ackerman. This is Royston Clark. This is Karestiah, and this is Melanie Jacobson. Alex will address the cultural and social trends at the time of our company. Kyle will go over the regulatory conditions of our company. Royston will go over the economic conditions of our company. Karestiah will go over the technological conditions of our company. And Melanie will go over where our company is headed in the future, and I will go over where our company has been in the past. The company was started in 2006 by Jack Dorsey. The idea was originally an SMS-based app that acted as if a whole bunch of friends were texting each other. The company racked up a whole bunch of SMS charges that forced the founders to buy from the investors. Those founders included Jack Dorsey, Biz Stone, Noah Glass, and Evan Williams. This paid off as Twitter exploded in 2007. The monthly user base grew up to 250 million in 2013. In the first quarter of 2018, the monthly user base peaked at 336 monthly users, and it only continues to grow.
In 2006, the year that Twitter was launched, technology and social media were accelerating at a rapid pace, and they were becoming a bigger part of our lives. As technology moved forward, we adapted to it as consumers as we began purchasing more digitized products, and if we bought a physical product, it had to have a better overall quality or a unique characteristic that made us want to consume it. For example, Walmart officially stopped carrying and selling VHS tapes in 2006. Later on in that same year, Steve Jobs announced that you would be able to purchase full online movies from the iTunes store, and be able to watch them at home or anywhere else on your iPod. iTunes also reached an impressive milestone, having sold its 1 billionth song from the iTunes store, showcasing just how much we as consumers have put a priority into digitized products. There were new technologies emerging this year, such as the Blu-ray disc players, as well as new video game consoles such as PlayStation 3, the Nintendo Wii. It was impressive to see how far technology had come and how popular and successful they truly were. The biggest landscape change, however, was in the social media race. MySpace, having been the main social media platform for a little over 3 years, would soon be faced with very stiff competition, as on July 15, 2006, Twitter launched, and a little over 2 months later, Facebook would be open to everybody over the age of 13, as 2006 would mark the beginning of the two most popular social media sites used around the world today.
Twitter largely regulates everything within their company when investigating common disputes like impersonation, squatting, harmful conduct, and glorifying harmful acts of behavior. These are just some of the few of their collective 50 sub-policies. Twitter has their own span of policies that are presented in 3 categories. 1, their Twitter rules. 2, their general guidelines. And 3, law enforcement. So while the serious offenses in regulation of Twitter's content, both in marketing and representation, span with specific documents like the Digital Copyright Millennium Act, and more specifically, all of Title 17 of the United States Code. Many pieces of the code have received attention specifically in chapters 10 and 13 due to the massive amount Twitter users share. On a daily basis, users share between different branding agencies and media formats of sound and audio recordings, including music, and even when a user pulls out their phone and broadcasts right onto the platform. At face value, Twitter does a lot of the regulation themselves. When it comes to very serious matters, law enforcement will get involved. Usually the users will have to file a report, and that will be taken up with Twitter and then on to law enforcement.
So Twitter's current business model is supported by 2 sources, one being advertisement, which makes up approximately 90% of their revenue. Companies that advertise range from Apple, ISBM, Exxon, and other Fortune 500 companies to very small local companies. In addition to that, individuals can promote tweets. The cost to promote tweets for an individual vary across their country. So depending on where you live, you might pay a different rate. So like somebody in Japan might pay a different rate than somebody in the United Kingdom. Individuals have the option to promote tweets based on location. So if you wanted to promote a tweet in South Carolina, you could do that. Or you could promote a tweet based on interests like cats, dogs, fashion, just however you wanted to do that. In total, the cost of promoting a tweet is approximately $99 a month. And that's not including taxes. Additionally, Twitter generates revenue by selling user data to companies. So according to Forbes, Twitter generates roughly 500 million tweets per day. And so all that is sold to companies. On the contrary, Twitter spends money on hiring engineers and designers to perfect the interface and work with the usability of the website.
So audio contractor Florian Weber, he teamed up with John Dorsey, who was this NYU undergrad, and basically they implemented the backbone of Twitter and Audio's corporate network. They took the open source software called Ruby on Rails, they installed the Enterprise Edition, and basically fast forward way later, they're having all these users coming in using Twitter after it became their own app, not just Audio's communication thing. And they took, basically the developers took advantage of that need to do massive interface upgrade operations. And so the backstory to that is MySQL was booted, and it's a data storage thing, and Scala, which was basically a new and improved Java software, was brought in. And in the midst of switching, the features, the capabilities from non-hyperlinked photos and videos to app compatibilities that where basically you can open up another website in Twitter without having to leave the app. It was executed through code, and that's it.
So Twitter has gone on to expand their empire by acquiring advertising, streaming, and media companies such as Telepart, Mopub, Magic Pony Technology, Crashlytics, Tap Commerce, and Bluefin Labs. Most notably, though, is Vine, RIP Vine, forever in our hearts. Also, Twitter has relied on receiving a significant portion of its profits from advertising fees, like Royston mentioned, and also now they're moving into selling user-generated data. In 2018, stocks were at a high of $46 a share. Right now, we're currently sitting at $34. But analysts are suggesting to hold on to your stocks because they see Twitter on the rise again. So outlook for our company is looking pretty bright. Twitter does still exist, if you haven't caught the gist of that by now in our presentation. And even with the drop in stock values, Twitter is a revolutionary social media platform that will live on because it allows people to stay in constant communication in a quick and simple manner that can't quite be compared to other social media platforms that offer their own pull factors. Thank you.